Good Friday afternoon to you. I'm Fox 16 Chief Meteorologist Joel Young here.
Along with KARK Chief Meteorologist Todd Jacoby. We hope that you are having a fantastic Friday so far. The weekend is almost upon us, and things are happening in the wild world of weather.
It is January, and, so far this January, we've gone from warm. Now that we're starting to get into a colder pattern, these cold fronts have been coming through with wind. We've dried out. We need moisture. And finally, I think there are some signs that we're going to have some moisture on the horizon, and maybe not just moisture. Well, I mean, it's moisture, maybe in a couple different forms.
Yeah, and the key to this, if you're watching us, first of all, if you're watching us on social media, you have to download the app to watch our graphics, which you want to see. But this is not to tell you that this is going to happen. We're going to get snow next week. No, that's not what Todd and Joel are saying. We're saying that we've got Arctic air coming in. You got to watch for moisture. And lo and behold, there are a couple runs of the models just today that say, there it is.
Yeah.
As we've been saying, that doesn't mean that.
It doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But this is the most consistency I've seen. And it's just appeared. So, I mean, it's not to say that it's going to
But it makes
stay
sense.
this way, but it does make sense, as you just said. And so that's the reason why we're going to start talking about it. Before we show you the models, I wanted to show you this graphic that I just recently made, and I think it.
Well, you remade.
Yes, I had to remake it.
He deleted it.
I saved over it, but I had a picture of it in my phone, so I was able to quickly do it all over. But anyway, a new graphic that I had to remake.
Don't you wish that life had an undo button?
Yes.
Don't you wish that if you did something like, oh gosh, undo?
Yes, I hit save on this. I was using, it was a similar graphic, but I had saved over this one, unfortunately. And as soon as I did it, I knew I messed up the second I did it. Anyway, all that to say, we are looking at some possibility of moisture returning Wednesday, and maybe into Thursday morning, there might be a chance that some of the moisture overlaps the colder air just enough that you might get some wintry mix. Euro is suggesting it now. GFS is suggesting it. There have been other little signs that something's down the road. And so, as Todd just mentioned, it just makes sense meteorologically that this is maybe how it happens. It doesn't look like it would be a slam dunk necessarily.
This is not how you get big winter storms in Arkansas, but you can get some wintry weather.
Get something, and some spots might get something.
Sure.
There might be a lot of spots that get a cold rain, and that's probably the most likely scenario. A cold rain that we would all need, though, because we're in a big drought, and we're going to talk more about that here in a minute. But let's see. So today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So you're talking about 6 days out. When you look at this, 6 to 8 days out, you start to see big picture patterns appear, and that's kind of what we're talking about. The message, the takeaway, it's possible. Stay tuned.
Joel said snow.
I didn't say snow yet.
You know what? I just got a message on.
At some point, but
I just got a message from Greg Yarborough on X. My question is, why do you like snow so much? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, why are you the cold weather? And you don't, not just like the snow, it sounds like you also like the short days, which makes you really weird. I'm sorry, Todd.
Don't apologize. You're not the first to say that.
Very nice way. But like,
you're not the first to say that, and I know it 100%.
If it was possible, I would take the long days, and I would take some snow, because I think the short days are what makes people like depressed and ready to, I don't know.
Everybody says, they want to eat sunlight and everything. I mean, you can get vitamin D at the store. Is that bad? I mean, I took
you can get vitamin D at the store.
Yeah. You can go buy it. It's on sale at Walgreens. Anyway, I just took a immune enhancing elderberry gummy thing. Yeah. Christopher Pipkin introduced me to these things. And it says that
Christopher's an influencer for you.
He is.
You into all kinds of like energy drinks and stuff. Yeah.
But anyway, so what was I saying?
You're talking about your immune.
Oh, the
support.
immune. It was one of the best vitamin D gummies on the market.
Okay.
And so I was like, well, there you go. Who needs the sun? I saw that. There you go.
That's, yeah, I mean, I love a good snow, but I like one good snow, and then I'm ready for the longer days and warmer days. But I'm never ever ready for July, August, and September. That
I'm
kind
telling
of
you,
heat, I absolutely hate it.
What is your favorite month of the whole year?
My favorite month? I feel like I could give you an answer, but there's always something about it I don't like. I really like the March, April. I really like spring, but last year we never caught a break.
Right,
and
April.
So last year I'm like, I love the spring, but I never had a chance to enjoy the spring last year. And if there wasn't a big event, there was always a small event lurking that just kind of like made us stay up.
Storm anxiety is, you experience it. We do too.
We do too, because we know it's our responsibility to make sure we are keeping everybody informed.
Right.
And so then there's some nights
you just can't get rest.
You're like, okay, this is probably not going to be a problem, but you're always sleeping with one eye open.
Yes, you are.
Sometimes you're not sleeping.
Yes, if you're lucky, you get to sleep with one eye open. I've got December, obviously, I think it's my favorite just because cold and Christmas and all that, but the worst has got to be August.
Yeah.
It's usually the hottest month.
I will absolutely agree with that. And if you were to ask Ashley King, our morning Fox anchor on Fox 16 Good Day, February.
Really?
She hates February.
Thankfully for her, it's the shortest month of the whole year.
It is the shortest month.
Thankfully
for her, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's actually a video I need to show you at some point. There was someone in St. Louis did like a special package. It was really long. It was really dramatized. It was like, this is why February is the absolute worst month of the year. But you wouldn't relate to that whatsoever.
I don't mind February.
Your favorite February was what, 2021?
Oh my goodness. Yes.
21 inches of snow.
Yeah, I just remember for the week after that, my body just could not. It took about a week to recover from that week.
Adrenaline rush of all of it.
I mean, it was just.
And how much snow did you already have on the ground because you made snow before the snow?
Oh, my wife was so mad. Because I made I think I made like 7 or 8 inches of snow, and then we had the 20 inches on top of that. And I came home from work.
You had a mountain.
And she was, and she
was the snow machine actually under the snow?
No, it brought it in. But my son's shoes were missing underneath the snow. And couldn't find them. But I came home from work.
April rolls around.
And there they are. But I came home from work, and I said, "Where's Andrea?" And I went and I heard the deck, something hitting the deck. And I went back there, and it was the snow shovel. And I said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she goes... She goes, "You're never making snow again." And I said, that would be a lot easier if I didn't make the snow before it actually snowed.
Yeah,
and that made things a little worse for me.
And then 1 year later, you probably had snow again, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have snow. This Sunday morning, there's going to be snow in my backyard.
Yep. Reading just some of the comments here on Facebook, and I know you've got your Facebook Live going. Jamie Rushing tuning in from Sulligent, and Brody Weston says, "Joel, you were talking about not liking the heat. That's why I left the South. I feel like 100 degrees, but feels like 112 takes years off our lives." I do agree with that, but Brody, I know you're in South Dakota, and it always blew my mind how much hotter you can get. It doesn't last long. You get 1 or 2 days, but you can have heat index values 120 plus, but it doesn't last as long because usually a cold front comes through. But yeah.
In the Dakotas.
Definitely, yeah. Even in the Dakotas.
In my time up in Montana, too, I mean, it got hot in the summer. It was never humid.
So you were in Missoula?
Mm-hmm. Missoula for 2.5 years out of college.
Where is that in relation to, like, is it east of the Continental Divide?
It's west of the Continental Divide, very close to the Idaho border.
So then you probably would be colder there than east. There'd be places east of you that got hotter.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple days where we were close to 100 degrees up there, but it's dry. That's when you get the wildfires and stuff going on. But
you get cold fronts that come through, and that can.
Oh yeah, I mean, usually up there when it gets hot, it doesn't last all that long, and the nights are incredible because it's so dry. Oh, yeah. It feels so good.
I remember like summer days in Sioux Falls, it'd be like 52 degrees,
and a lot of places don't have air conditioners up there. So what you do is you open up the windows at night, let all the cool air in, and then the sun comes up. Trap the cool air.
Oh, yeah. And Holly Smith here, tuning in from Pine Bluff. Really appreciate you for watching. So we've talked a lot about we've teased a lot about what might be coming
let's get
next
to
week,
it.
But let's just go ahead and jump right in here. Todd, is this the European?
That is the Euro, yeah.
This is the Euro. Okay.
And so we're going to get rain, which is a great thing on Wednesday. But there's another cold air mass that follows this, or at least another high pressure from what I was analyzing on the data.
We want to kind of go back and start here.
Yeah, so you see the clouds increasing, and we're going with better chances for rain. There it is, coming up on Wednesday.
Ramping up around midday on Wednesday.
Right. And I think that most of this is a cold rain. And like I said, I've always maintained that for a good snow in Arkansas, for a real winter weather event, you've got to have the cold air in place.
It's got to be before the moisture gets in.
That doesn't mean you can't get some wintry weather, but you're not going to get the big snow that you're thinking of.
Leading up to this, we have highs in the 40s. Martin Luther King Day. Does it start to rebound 50 some on Tuesday?
It does start to warm up, but that Arctic high slips away. It goes to the east. We start to get the return flow.
Then it kind of kicks back in on Thursday.
Right, and then the cold air starts to come back in, but I think most of the moisture is going to be gone with this way by the time the cold air that supports frozen precipitation moves in. So it's on the backside.
Thursday morning, and this
That's
would be
believable.
as the cold air is coming in. Something, though, that we have, we talk about this some snow. This is not necessarily a setup where you typically get your big snows. Especially when you have cold air that's pushing the moisture out. And that may be the case here to some extent, but I don't know that it's as fierce of a cold front that it's shoving it all fast enough. Does that make sense?
So you're saying that the push for the moisture to get out of here may not be quite as strong. Is that
Maybe
what you're
not.
saying?
I'm just saying it's not so fierce that it's just shoving the dry air so quickly that it's not pushing it out fast. So
you're saying it can overlap.
It has a little more time to overlap. That's kind of what I'm
also keep in mind too, we're 6 days away from something like this.
6 days away, and that's why, again, going back to what I was saying, when you're 6 days out, look at this. It's possible. Stay tuned. Doesn't mean that we're confident that this is going to happen, but that's what models are suggesting here. So that's the European on Thursday morning.
Hey, Bob.
Hi. How are you? Maybe a little something. So we're going to pull up the Goofus real quick, the
Next,
GFS model.
Wednesday night and Thursday.
I'm in Todd's workspace.
We don't think it's going to be anything major, but we think there could be a little wintry weather, especially north of the metro, maybe into the metro, north of the metro. I mean,
you're getting real specific there, Todd.
Well, I mean, the snow machine is going to be going Sunday morning.
Oh, really?
I'm going with 19 degrees Sunday morning, so the snow machine is going.
I want to make sure he can.
You got to talk into this thing pretty good.
Snow machine.
Sunday morning, and again, I'm going to fire that baby up on Tuesday morning, too.
Okay, so I'm looking here. We're looking at the GFS.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, that's a great suit. Oh, it's green.
So Wednesday. And it's kind of hard
I feel like
for me
we're
to.
like Anchorman, right? Let's go buy suits. You know? Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah.
They get all excited.
New suits.
New suits.
Shopping.
All of the best dressed men.
Horns.
Remember Horns?
Mayhorn.
Remember her?
Mayhorn.
Yes.
Okay, so there's Wednesday, and I'm trying to make sure that this doesn't speed up on me because. Okay, so there's Thursday morning.
Of course,
this is the GFS.
The GFS is way more aggressive.
GFS is usually more aggressive there, but so they're both onto something. They could both be wrong about how aggressive the cold air is coming in, because if the cold air comes in too aggressively, it could dry it out quickly.
What I always say in these situations, when you have two models that are saying, something, it's trying to tell us something. We don't know exactly what, but there's something to it. It's not going to play out the way it is. A blend of the models.
Are they ever both wrong?
Oh gosh, yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
they're all wrong in some way.
They're all wrong in some way, but there's one that usually lean towards the euro as the more correct solution.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Snow chains.
Snow chains.
And then always you could get about
thunder.
yes, that'll happen.
Can we thunder
It'd be great
snow?
if we could actually break it in a good.
The first event for thunder could be winter weather.
Yeah.
And I would be fine with that.
Our first alert days were winter weather. We haven't had an alert day in a while.
Well, we'll have to change that.
I'd much rather have an alert day for winter weather than.
Amen.
Yeah. But anyway, so the fact that GFS is suggesting it, the European is suggesting a little something, then, where there's smoke, maybe there's fire. Maybe. They could both be wrong. I got a question for you, Todd. When it comes to that southeast snow that everybody was talking about the last couple of days, and I know that to some extent it may be backing off.
It's still going to snow in deep South Georgia, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. I saw you had the ensembles up there just a second ago. But my question is, did the models or had the models really come? Let's actually look at that, because I mean, I don't know that the models really ever were super in agreement.
But the GFS was going gangbusters with the snow in Atlanta.
All right, so there's Sunday morning.
Which model? So that's the GFS. So now the GFS is trended towards the Euro. Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, but both of the models were showing southeast snow.
All right, I'm gonna
yes, but
also pull
the specifics.
Let's look at the European, because I want to compare the two.
The European has been very steadfast in South Georgia, the North Florida, South Georgia, up through South Carolina, getting a little bit of wintry weather. But that's the first shot. That's what's.
Oh yeah, wait. Here we go.
There's okay. Yeah.
Sunday morning.
There it is, and that's the Euro. And it's south of Atlanta. How many times does it snow south of Atlanta?
This is probably the most consistent. I haven't looked at it in that context for the Southeast as much, but this is the most agreement I feel like I've seen. When people were first talking about it, there wasn't a ton of agreement on placement. There was just something.
But it had the snow. It was telling us something.
Yeah. And so, there are places that maybe models showed would get snow out of this weekend that won't now. I think South Mississippi at one point had a band of like 6 to 8 inches down there, and at this point it's looking like it's going to be farther east. But bottom line is, where there's smoke, there might be fire there. And
that's a good way of putting it.
And so that's something we're going to be watching for us as we go beyond that. So there's the southeast snow that goes up through the Carolinas, and then here comes the middle of next week. There's your rain on Wednesday, and then cold air kind of starts to cut back in on Thursday morning. And
cue the Jaws music. Bump, 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 bump.
This could happen. This is a scenario I could see it,
but it's not a classic scenario.
It's not a classic
right
scenario,
now.
But
I
also don't see it being such a cold front that, like I said, I feel like when the cold front is oozing in rather than like rushing in, usually if it rushes in, the dry air pushes the moisture out of here before it has a chance to change over.
The case in point where that would be December 2022 when we had the flash freeze.
Yes. That is a classic example of that. Could we get a flash freeze out of this if it's slowly moving in?
No, it has to be coming in fast for a flash freeze.
True. You're right. But your precip could change. So that would be interesting. But it does look like it would start out as rain. And something else to keep in mind, Todd, I just thought about this, since it starts out with rain, if it's a situation where, let's say we get to Tuesday and it's showing this is still the case, we think, we feel confident maybe on Thursday something's going to happen. Not now, but let's say, hypothetically speaking, it's Tuesday and we're looking at it and it's probably going to happen. RDOT's going to want to do some treatment on the roads. If there is too much moisture, if there's too much rain on Wednesday, they won't have a chance to get out and treat the roads, because rain that leads up to snow or ice or whatever it might be, it
may wash
off all the treatment. So it might be.
But what are temperatures during this too? That's the other thing. Is it going to be even cold enough for it to stick to the roads if there was any accumulation? That's the other thing. Because if you're talking about temperatures, that all depends
on how much you warm up leading up to,
the ground could be wet. The roads would be wet. Let me see here. Arkansas surface temperatures 2 meters. Sorry,
I'm pulling it up too. If you want to, hold on. I'm just trying to read here
I mean the temperatures are above freezing when this happens on the European for all but northeast Arkansas.
Well, here's GFS. You're looking at Euro. I want to find Euro temperatures, but just curious to see what Thursday morning temperatures.
Yeah, it's just northeast Arkansas.
That's 6 p.m. Thursday. I'm sorry. So
should we just make a mess here
so 6 a.m. on Thursday, GFS, it has upper 20s.
Northern Arkansas.
And lower 30s.
So I think that what we ought to do is just.
And if it's coming down heavy enough,
I think we should just call for a bunch of snow and just give it to Ryan Vaughn and hand it off to him.
I wonder if he's seen this yet. I'm sure he has. So that's GFS. Hold on. I want to
just create a mess for Ryan to clean up. That's what I love to do.
Enlarge this because I can.
So here's what's interesting. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to pull up European temperatures.
Okay, so here's what.
Here we go.
Okay, so that's what I was looking at, the European temperatures.
Yeah, but you were looking on your computer.
Oh.
Wednesday, Thursday. Let me go back. There's Thursday.
Is that on OBS?
It should be.
Well, that's colder than what the weather bell had at that time.
Dadgummit. Okay. Yeah, so there's 31. So the euro is colder.
You sure that's the euro?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on, let me just make sure.
Because the euro I'm looking at here has 12 Z temperatures around 34 in Little Rock. Is there a grid adjust on that?
I'll check that here. Yeah, that's
euro.
All
interesting. Right. You know what I get upset about is our meteorologists from other areas around the country.
It's grid adjusted, and it has not been.
See?
Nope. Well, dadgummit.
See what I got to deal with here, folks. Do you see it?
Not even going to react to that. Okay, so here we go. This
was grid adjusted. Okay, so
well, I always have mine set to expire.
That's why I told everybody to make sure you have your grid adjusted.
Make sure that your KMLs match the title of the graphic.
That's my bad. I do that all the time. That's my bad. We all have our little quirk things that we So, but look at the marginal temperature. It's marginal. So I think roads would be fine.
But if I were to grid adjust this just a little bit,
then the roads would be worse.
But I mean, really, it could. Well,
that would be called controlling the weather, Joel. I know some people think you do, but
anyway.
Well, I'm just Friday is catching up to me now. It is Friday.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Hold on. So I want to get this back to.
So what happens here is we have meteorologists from around the country. Whenever something like this shows up on the models and that there's snow in Arkansas, there would be meteorologists from like Georgia or the Carolinas that put out on social media, look at all the snow forecasted by the models for Arkansas. And of course, here in Arkansas, we're like, that's not how it happens. It's not going to happen. But they put it out there. They've put it out there.
Yep.
So what I do is when there's like snow or something big going on in another part of the country where meteorologists have done this, I go, here, watch this mess that you gave me. I'm going to give it back to you.
That's called Todd stirring the pot.
That's called me stirring the pot.
Jessica Lee says, I love Montana. It's a beautiful place. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. We're having a great day. It's Friday.
It is Friday, but it'd be a better Friday if we were in Montana.
Would be great. Cheryl Kelly says, hi from Maumelle. Love y'all together as a team. Thank you so much, Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl.
I like working with Todd, too.
Yeah, I like working with
Joel. I know
Joel.
sometimes we throw shade at each other, but,
it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun. That's exactly right.
I mean, it's great to be able to take him under my wings and, try to make him accurate, too. I mean, we are.
I'm not even going to react to that. I'm going to take the high road here. Ken Olette, I'm sure I probably said that wrong, Ken. I'm so sorry. Said, that's so cool. Missoula, Montana.
Missoula.
Oh,
it's
okay,
Missoula.
Here's good trout fishing.
Oh, yeah. That's where I learned how to trout fish.
I think Arkansas probably.
I love Arkansas trout fishing, but it's pretty good up in western Montana, too. I love trout fishing here, though. But, boy, I have some good stories about trout fishing.
And Shelly Fuller says, hope we get snow. Todd
my best weekend I ever had in my entire life was in Missoula, Montana. I'll never forget. I skied on a Saturday and trout fished on a Sunday.
Oh.
And that was the best weekend I ever had.
How would you like to go skiing in the morning and surfing in the afternoon? You can do that in Hawaii. You could have done it a few days ago.
You could probably do that in California, too.
Probably in places. Yeah. Probably a little bit tougher because the Sierra's a little farther inland.
Well, but what about a place like? Well, there's some ski areas in South
in L.A. outside of L.A. Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but
probably not as good
Hawaii,
as Montana. But no, Hawaii would be really cool.
You don't surf in Montana,
and you can get the beach. Oh, honestly, that's exactly where I need to go is Hawaii, so I can snow ski in the morning, and do something on the beach. I'm not a surfer necessarily, but that'd be fun.
Catch those gnarly waves, dude.
Catch those gnarly snow drifts.
You'd snowboard, wouldn't you?
I think I would. I used to skateboard in high school, so I think it'd be easier for me to catch on to that.
But
Todd does not like the snowboarders.
Most skiers don't like snowboarders.
So there's this rivalry.
It's I don't think it's as intense as it used to be, but there used to be a day when skiers would see snowboarders. But now I think it's more
Yeah.
accepting. But I'm old school, and I see snowboard. If I've ever been hit on the slopes, it's always a snowboarder. Always.
So they go faster.
They're reckless.
I guess
they're reckless.
Oh, they're
not
reckless.
all of them. Not all snowboarders are reckless, but all reckless people are snowboarders.
Todd generalizing this whole. All the snowboarders are like that.
Yeah, they're not. Most of them are okay, but there's a few that. Whenever I've been hit on the slopes, whenever there's been a collision, it has always been a snowboarder. Always, every single time.
And it's never been caught on camera.
That's right. My wife, she was skiing just a couple weeks ago and got hit by a snowboarder.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, snowboarder.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't do that if I snowboarded. Okay. Anyway, intentionally, I guess. So we've got a few more minutes. I figure we'll probably show the weekend forecast because it's going to be cold this weekend. Cold and dry.
Cold. I got 19 for Sunday morning. What do you have?
I have 19 as well Sunday morning.
Yeah, and I think wind chills. I don't think the wind chills are going to be horribly different than that.
I think it'll be, yeah. But I think northern Arkansas, there could be some wind chills up in the higher elevations. Northern Arkansas, up and really closer to Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
But Sunday, probably more sunshine, 44-ish. Actually, I think I went 42. I haven't updated this yet. My forecast is written down right now.
You could just import mine.
That's Todd stirring the pot. Okay. Anyway,
import my edits, publish.
He's saying I should just steal his forecast because it's apparently good enough. I don't copy other people's papers.
No, I always give him permission.
By the way, I just realized I'm completely out of frame.
I'm sorry. And there's Joel, everybody.
Hi. You could hear me this whole time, but you couldn't see me. Anyway, so yeah, this holiday weekend, Martin Luther King Day is Monday. It's going to be cold, but let's look at. Oh wait! You know what? I don't even have this up here. There we go, and now I can. So there's
a weather producer.
There's your weekend forecast. But what I want to show here is temperatures Sunday morning.
Again, I'm going 19. Now this is a model he's bringing up. This I believe is the graph, which is our in-house model. And I think it had 19 for Sunday at some point Sunday morning.
Yeah, this is. Oh, wait. Watch. Here we go. Okay, so it goes as low as 20 there.
Okay.
That's the graph.
Yeah. So I got 19 outlying areas. Yeah, I mean, look at the northern portions of the state will be in the teens, and then it's going to be cold. Make sure your heat's
let's
working
look
properly.
at the feels like temperature at 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. This is what really, Little Rock doesn't look that much different than the
air temperature.
Right.
It's because the wind is not a factor, but northern Arkansas looks like enough wind there to drop those wind chill values down into the single digits.
Right. So, again, just
329. 329.
Yeah. Just to compare, Sunday morning temperatures right around 20, maybe 19. Feels like temperatures right in that same ballpark, but northern Arkansas might have more wind. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're running out of time. Thank you so much for tuning into this edition of Arkansas Storm Team Live. We'll be keeping you updated on what we talked about earlier for next week. And, of course, we'll have KRK4 News at 4, 5, and 6 with Todd, and I'll be on Fox 16 News at 5:30 and 6:30.
See you later.